Good morning. I'm looking at one of my trail cameras today because I found this spot last January in postseason scouting after the archery late season was over, and there was one lone deer that came through this shelf here. So about 25 feet above me is a nice flat area going up the side, the leeward side of this ridge, and there is a major doe bedding area up there. It was loaded with beds that I found in my late season scouting in January, and I had that marked as doe bedding. And in fact, that's where I walked out a month or two ago, about a month ago, and almost stepped on a fawn, and I put that up under one of my shorts. The fawn was dropped right on the main deer trail. That was funny because the mother doe didn't even attempt to hide it or anything. So I'm gonna be just checking this trail camera I have right here, see if anything's sneaking through here on a regular basis. I kind of doubt it this time of year. However, in the late season, they obviously were. So this is more of an evasive, uh, moving corridor, and I suspect there could be one buck using it. That's why I'm watching it. It's a real unique area. I'm kind of interested in it, so I'm going to leave my camera out here probably all year, just see what comes by. If it turns out to be like a hot rut corridor, then I'll be back to hunt it at some point. But now I'm just monitoring it just to see what it produces. Using my cheap cameras because I'm just interested in getting intel, and I'm not interested in emptying out all my pockets for images. You don't have to spend much more than 25 bucks, maybe 30 at the most, for these cheap cameras. And I just bought myself a few of them a couple years ago, and it's turned out to be a really great hobby of mine. I really do enjoy seeing the big bucks on video, and occasionally pictures as well. What we have here is super dense, thick bedding area right above me and past the camera. And it's extremely thick walking through this bedding area. It was in the late season, and it still is. I was fortunate that I was able to follow a deer trail through the thicket above me to get down here. And this is the third possible exit or entrance point to the bedding area of an absolute giant of a buck. I found his bed last January, and it is the largest bed of a whitetail deer I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's it's big. I suspect that the deer is still around, and I do suspect he's probably a 5, a 6, or 7-year-old deer. He is absolutely huge. I have found his bed, and I found another main bedding area where most of the deer do bed, and I found a funnel connecting into that main area, which is where I will be opening day. Now, this is the third area that I found. It's really close to where he actually beds, and it will probably be a good hunt. Just a matter of getting in here undetected in the early morning or in the evening. I'm gonna try it either way. I've got one trail camera set up so I can get some intel, find out when he's coming through here. But this takes a lot of effort to get where I am now. And most hunters, I've just eliminated 90% of the hunters right now. There's only that select few that will come back in here and get it done. They absolutely will pick out the most horrendous areas to bed in, and they will make themselves so hard to get. And there's very few hunters that are willing to go that extra mile to put the legwork in and to deal with the thick brush and the miseries of the summer But of course, the goal is to eventually harvest these animals with my recurve bow. But if I'm hunting with a crossbow, then I'll harvest them with a crossbow. If I'm hunting with a firearm, I'll use the firearm. But I'm much more of a bow hunter, and that's what drives me. I like the close proximity of the animals. I like to get them within 10 yards if possible. And I've been practicing all summer with my recurve bows so that I feel real confident with my shooting when it comes time to take that shot. Most of the work has been done as far as determining my ambush points for these deer. Today I'm just checking 5 trail cameras in some of my best areas. So the work's been done. The season is only 2 months away. Now it's time to get everything dialed in that you need to dial in and get your game plan together. I am going to go out a week or two before the season, and I'm going to specifically look in white oak areas and check the white oak acorn supply in these areas, because it's different every year and you just don't know until you get out there and look at the area. Finding those white oak groves that are dropping acorns and are loaded with deer sign, that will put you on deer right off the bat from the early season. Where a lot of guys, if they don't do that, they'll be behind the 8 ball before they even get started. So I do consider that the last minute scouting to be absolutely essential if you have white oaks in the area, because it'll put you onto the deer quickly. And if you've got doe tags, I'd just go ahead and use them. The first week is also the very best time to kill a mature buck, in my opinion, outside of the rut. And for the guys that do their homework and find these secluded bedding areas, it may very well be the very best time. So don't overlook that first week. It can be absolutely dynamite if you put in your time scouting, put in your preparation, get accustomed to your gear. If you're a mobile hunter, you need to practice going up and down your trees and setting up. And if you're filming your hunts, then that's one extra step. You gotta make sure you have your camera arm ready to go, and you can practice installing that too. I hope everybody has a fantastic season. This might be the last day I go out scouting until just a week or two before the season, where I go in and check those white oak groves. So I'm just be looking at trail cam photos that I got today, and I don't know when I'll be back in here. I'll probably leave these areas completely untouched until I hunt them.